even when I'm down. Got my head in the clouds and my feet on the ground. I got big dreams, gonna make them true.
Yeah, we got big dreams here at the Genius Lab, where we help you realize your greatness. And this is Toby Christensen, your self-empowerment trainer, and we're here today talking once again about organization, because organization is really important, okay? One of the things that is critical about sustaining motivation is, as you organize yourself, reflect on what it is that you love to do, okay? And then think about how you spend your time. Okay, what we want to do is we want to get into that sweet spot. And the sweet spot is where you love what you're doing and you're moving forward in effortless productivity. Okay, so think about your sweet spot, like time allocation for certain tasks. Now, some stuff just sucks. Okay, like for me, I don't like to write. So blog posts are just like, fuck, I hate doing blog posts. Now, once I'm done with them, I'm really glad I get them done. People read them. It's, you know, they bring goodness to the world, and I'm very happy about all of that. But getting down to writing is just like a fucking task for me. So I don't really enjoy doing it, but I love the result of it. Okay. So the second thing is podcasts. I love doing podcasts because talking, I'm an ex-preacher, right? I can preach. So the deal is, we want to stay on top of the world. We want to talk. We want to lay things out. This is my style, and this is what I love to do. So also music. I love doing music. I love making music for people. I love doing therapeutic soundtracks. I mean, that is effortless. So how do you spend your time throughout the day? Okay. Think about the amount of time that you spend fucking around getting nothing done. Okay. Which is usually avoidance of things you don't like to do. What do you just go, fuck it, I'm just going to get on it and I'm going to kick ass and I'm going to make it happen and I'm going to do the shit that I hate to do first so that the whole rest of the day I can have fun? Okay? Or do you reward yourself with some things that you love to do so that you'll do the things that you don't like to do? So think about how you spend your time and write down the 5 ways that you currently spend your time. Okay? Like, what are the 5 the 5 biggest things that take up your time? And avoiding doing anything is a thing that you do. So if you're like me and you have a tendency to avoid, put that down. I spend lots of time getting distracted so that I don't have to do the shit that I know I have to do, but I don't do it and then all of a sudden it's 3 p.m. and I'm like, holy fuck, my day's 3/4 gone or half gone anyway, and I got to get things going. Okay. Write down 5 ways that you spend your time throughout the day. Okay. Then I want you to look at how productive each of those things is and how does it lead you towards your desired outcome. Okay. And so if it does, then great, put a star by it and do more of it. If it doesn't, knock that shit off. Okay. So 5 ways that you spend your time throughout the day. And it might take a couple days for you to actually get this down. So one of the things that I notice that I do is I get distracted by things around the house because I work from home. There's all kinds of, I'll go up and make lunch and I'll be like, oh man, the windows are dirty. And so then I'll spend the next 3 hours washing. Or I start thinking, Jesus, there's dog hair everywhere. Right. And so I start vacuuming the house and an hour later, I'm like, what happened to my time? Now, the upside is that the things that I'm doing are productive and helpful around the house. They're just not making me money and getting the job done that I need to get done. So, it's not like I'm binge watching Netflix or Barney Fife reruns or something. So, but nonetheless, think about how you spend the time. How do you spend your time? Is it productive? Is it getting you towards your desired outcome for the day? Do you even put down a desired outcome for the day? Something to think about. Like, do you have goals for the day? It's a good idea to set down what it is you want to accomplish so that you have a marker as to whether your day was helpful and productive or whether you fucked around too much and blew your time. And if you did, get real with yourself and, you just go, dude, this was not a good day. Let's do something different tomorrow. Or let's work a couple extra hours and get some stuff done that's really going to make a dent in the world and lead me towards what I want to accomplish. Okay, so that's one thing to do. That's an exercise to do. How do you actually spend your time, and how much of that is productive and helpful, and how much of it is distraction and not helpful? Okay, then I want you to do another thing. How do you answer some questions? Okay, here we go. How do you love to spend your time? I already said, I love doing podcasts. That's great. I love making music. Man, when I have the time to freely come in and guilt-free play music, write a song, get on the drums, lay some tracks, fire up the Pro Tools, do some mixing, I enjoy the shit out of that. It fills me with massive amounts of joy. So what do you love to do? How do you love to spend your time? Okay. What do people thank you for and that you really enjoy doing? So one of the things that I'll do from time to time is I'll do a drumming workshop where I'll teach people the 5-element rhythms that I use from my work with the people of Burkina Faso, West Africa. I've developed a technique that is a really powerful, healing, therapeutic way of drumming that's really fucking powerful. And people thank me all the time when I do that. Now, I used to do that a lot more than I do now, simply because it's run its course. And to be honest with you, I want to make a little money when I'm out working and when I'm teaching people things that are valuable. There needs to be some reciprocity. And in the place where I live now, there does not seem to be the adequate reciprocity. So even though I love doing it, I don't love doing it for free, hauling a bunch of drums all over the place and all that. So the thing, when you get down to what you really love to do, one of the things I love to do is make money. And so, I always like new microphones for the studio. I love to get new guitars, new drums. There's all kinds of ways that we love to do things, but there needs to be reciprocity from the amount of energy that we put out. Otherwise, we drain ourselves, and then it's not fun anymore. So think about how you love to spend your time. What do you love to do? What do people thank you for? When you do it, and how do you add value to people's lives, and how does what you do add value to you? Okay? Think about that. And then make a list of 10 ways that you add value to people's lives with something that you love to do. Okay? So, and make sure when you make this list that that you're getting something from it as well. Again, because if it's one-sided, if you're just giving and people are receiving, you're gonna run out of gas. You're gonna run out of energy, and it's not going to be sustainable. So think about what you do that also brings you joy, energy, acknowledgement, and gives you that boost. When you organize your time this way, you're going to find that you get a lot more out of what you do, and you're going to be a lot more effective at how you do it. The other thing is, because you love to do it, you're going to have a happy life. So go back over those lists. What do you love to do? How do you add value to people's lives? How do you actually spend time? And how do you want to spend time? Okay? And then think about, as you review the list, ask yourself how many of how I currently spend my times are on the list of what I love to do. Okay? So how many of the love to do things are in alignment with my desired outcome? And then think about and write down some of the ahas that you get as you ask these questions. Because sometimes we find that you have a desired outcome. You have something that you want to create or something that you want to do. If you want to build community, if you want to communicate a certain message, if you want to make a certain amount of money, if you want to be in certain physical condition, are you actually doing the things that will get you there or not? Okay. You might love to eat hot dogs, but you might also have a core value of good health, and you might have a desired outcome of losing 20 pounds. So is what you're doing in alignment with your core values? You see where we're going with this? This is called congruence. And I'm going to do some podcasts on congruence coming up soon. But the thing about what you do and how you spend your time, and this also gets back to core values. So I've talked a lot about this in previous podcasts, but I think it's so important. It needs to be talked about over and over and over again. And that is, there's a way to be more productive and to be more accomplished. Okay. And it starts with knowing what you stand for. So what are your core values? What do you stand for? What are your core beliefs about yourself and the world around you? What is your mission? Okay? And then what are your goals or desired outcomes? Your goals and desired outcomes should be in alignment with your core values and your core beliefs and should support your mission. When you do, everything's working in harmony with each other and life is freaking awesome. Okay. And everything that you do, then when you get into the organization piece of it, are you organizing your time in alignment with your core values and your beliefs and your mission so that you are accomplishing your desired outcomes? So when everything lines up, in other words, if I'm out mowing the lawn, but my desired outcome for the day is to do a blog post and 2 podcasts, and I haven't done any of those, then I'm wasting my fucking time. Okay? Because I'm not doing the things that are supporting my core value, which is bringing goodness to the world, helping people realize their greatness. So if I'm not supporting my core value and I'm not moving in the direction of my mission, I'm not making progress that day. Even though I might be doing something helpful around the house, it's not of the ultimate priority. Get the big shit done first, then you can do the other stuff. Then get distracted. But get the big things done first. What are the things that are going to really rock your world? I have a friend that's a financial advisor, and he has to make a certain amount of cold calls. He hates doing it. It's the first thing he does. Okay, gets his 20 cold calls over with, then he can do what he loves to do. But the thing about those 20 cold calls, even though he might not like doing them, number one, he gets better and better the more he does. The second thing is he's moving towards his desired outcome, which is to make a certain amount of money so that he can retire at a certain age and sustain a certain lifestyle for he and his family. So, think about how you spend your time. Is it really supporting what it is that you want to create in the world? If it's not, how can you do the important things first and then waste time? What are the things that you love to do that support your core values, your core beliefs, and your mission? And do you even know those things? And I've talked about this before. Give me a call or go to tobychristensen.com. Click on services and look at the GeniusLab sessions. These things are worth their weight in freaking gold because these things will help you identify your core value. I send you a list of 500 core values to start with. When I first started doing this, people would go, well, Jesus, I don't even know where to start on core values. And so I said, well, great, I'll send you 500 of them and then you can see how they work for you. Start there. Move yourself towards your desired outcome. Create congruence in your life, which is that clear, laser-focused energy that gets you where you're going. If you spend time organizing your time, you will find that you accomplish what it is you want to accomplish, which gets things done, which puts you in a better mood, which makes you feel better about yourself, builds your self-esteem, and you fucking kick ass. All right? So that's it for organization. I hope you have a fantastic day. Keep things rolling. Focus. Do the work in this podcast. Ask yourself the questions, even if they're tough to answer. Do it anyway. Start reorganizing your life, and by all means, keep looking up.